Good morning. Hey guys. Shane, I miss you too, which is why we're doing this. We're having story time, all of us, at 10 a.m. Texas time. Some of my friends from other parts of the world, it's dinner time, so I'm glad you're here. Tully, I'm so glad you're here. I don't know if you know this book, Tully, but you're gonna love it. And I'm also very excited. There's two dogs that are joining us, Lily and Charlie, with the boys who love them, Wyatt and Graham. So Wyatt and Graham, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're nice and comfy and that your dogs are also ready for this remarkable story. All right, Kermie, we learned that Kermie has to sit here because if he sits right here, I keep putting my elbow in his face. Then he can't see the pictures and, you know. Okay, Kermie, here we go. Okay, so you're gonna know a lot about how much I love this book by just looking at its cover, because when a book or a stuffed animal is loved, you know, it's like they say in the Velveteen Rabbit, its ears get rubbed, you know, and it loses an eyeball. Well, look at this book, at how much I do love this book. Madeline's Rescue. This is a book I read all the time as a kid. So my three sisters and I read it. And so Madeline's Rescue, oh, and look at this, there's an award on it, the Caldecott. You know, the Caldecott is this incredible stamp of genius. It has a medal, it's so cool. And I'm going to confess something that's really weird, but I'm going to, as a writer and as a person who produces theater, whoever writes the words is exceedingly important to me. And all these years that I've loved Madeline's Rescue and all the other Madeline books, I never really paid attention to an exceedingly important thing. Who wrote it? And who drew all these beautiful pictures? It's the same person. You know, like Shel Silverstein that we read a few days ago. He wrote the story, he drew the pictures. And this person, who's from Austria, Ludwig Bemelmans. His name is right here. And we'll talk about him more because we're going to read more than this Madeline book because they're just extraordinary. In fact, if it was a musical, Kids Who Care should produce it as a musical because the books are quite lovely. And also what I think is cool is Ludwig's dad was a painter. And so, you know, whatever your parents were, all the gifts that they have, they usually share those with you. Okay, I'm going to take the beautiful jacket off of the book because it's so well worn, it'll get in the way as we try to read the book. But I'm putting it somewhere to keep it nice and special because it does protect the book, right? Okay, so now let's look and see what the publishers and Ludwig decided to put on the cover of the book. Very important, right? So as typical for most of the books that I love, and actually most of the musicals I love, there's some sort of danger, right? This is telling us this book is a bit dangerous, but there's kids in it, and there's a dog, obviously, in it. Ooh, I don't know. What do you think is happening? Obviously, it was okay that they let you know this before you started the story. It's not giving anything too important away, but it does make you want to read it. Yep. I don't know. Perhaps, I would think probably this is Madeline. We'll find out. Okay, let's see what's on the inside cover. Ooh, love this. Look before you even start the story. As I've told you before, looking just inside the cover is exceedingly important. Sometimes the person who wrote the book is telling us who he's dedicating it to or who she's dedicating it to. Somebody they love, which tells you a lot about their life. But this, I wonder if any of you recognize this city. In Texas, there's a place called San Antonio that has a river going through the center of the city. So, is it Texas? I don't know. There's also Venice. I've been to Venice. Maybe it's Venice. I don't know. I don't know if the boats tell us it's Venice, because there's a certain kind of boat. I don't know. We'll have to open and see where they are. They're going to tell us where this is. So pretty soon, if you know what city this is, if you hear it in the book, then we'll confirm it. Okay, let's see if it tells us what beautiful city this is. It is beautiful. Madeline's Rescue, also by Ludwig Bemelmans, or all these other books. This is also a good hint. So if you like a writer and you like their drawings, looking to see what else they've written is really cool. You know, nobody just read one Harry Potter, right? If you read one, you probably wanted to read the next. And it's true of all the writers we love. Madeline's Rescue. Oh. Now here's a hint that I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Is these children are walking together. At first I thought maybe it's an orphanage. But what I read is that this is a boarding school. My friend Catherine Albright went to a boarding school when she was in high school. So this is where you get to go live and go to school. And so your family's waiting for you at home, but your home during the school year is a boarding school. So that's what's happening. And they have school uniforms that include a hat. A lot of people wear uniforms to school. Even where my grandkids are going to school, they have a particular uniform they wear. I don't believe it includes hats. Maybe it should. I love these hats. Madeline's Rescue. This is just a bit more information. Who published it? You know, the business part of it. Let's get to the story. We're going to find out where they are. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines in rain or shine. The smallest one was Madeline. She was not afraid of mice. She loved winter, snow, and ice. To the tiger in the zoo, Madeline just said, poo-poo. Look at this place. Isn't this wonderful? And I would say Madeline is courageous. She's looking straight in the lion's eyes going, poo-poo. So it's a brave sort of character we're going to hear about. Oh, look. Look in the distance. What is that off in the distance? It's in Paris, and even if you've never been to Paris, there's always this one thing we know about Paris, the Eiffel Tower. It's right there in the picture. Ludwig was nice to help us see Paris, because I still haven't been to Paris. Maybe you haven't, maybe you have, but it lets us know what's there. And nobody knew so well, this is Madeline we're talking about, nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavel. Look what she's doing. Oh my heavens, they've gone out on a walk. Do you see where Madeline is? I would be frightened if I was Miss Clavel. I've been on a lot of trips with Kids Who Care. We've been on subways and on planes and whoa. Oh dear, Madeline. Nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavel until the day she slipped and fell. Wah! Oh my heavens. Madeline isn't afraid of things, but sometimes, you know, a little fear is good. There she goes into the water. Heavens. Oh, and who is that man running toward her? You can tell by his hat. I mean, it's in Paris. It's a gendarme running to help. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Look at her friends. Wowza. Oh, dear, Madeline. Until the day she slipped and fell, poor Madeline would now be dead. Oh, dear. Look at that. look at all of the people scrambling or shocked. I want you to look at, let's look, oh my. Look at the fisherman and the painter, right? Right? Oh mon Dieu! Oh dear. Oh look, the gendarmes are over here with the hooks. But she's a bit far from the hooks. Oh, I don't know. Why isn't somebody jumping in? There's a rope, there's a hook, the bridge is full of people. Just jump in is what if this was a movie, I'd just be saying, jump in, somebody swim over. There she is, her hands are in the air, she's waiting for you. Okay, so Ludwig says, poor Madeline would now be dead. She's not dead. Her hands are in the air. She's just looking for someone brave. I don't know. Everybody else is just reacting. But for a dog that kept its head. Dun da dum! Who is this dog? And thank heavens it's the dog that's courageous. And look at the dog's face. Is that fear? I don't think so. I do not think so. I think the dog is totally confident. I think the dog has no problem. This is going to happen. Do you have a dog that loves to swim? That's pretty cool. Some dogs love to swim, some dogs don't. We've had a lot of dogs. Some of our dogs love to swim. Oh my gosh. Madeline is very much alive. Look at her eyeballs. She's like, ah! And here comes the dog, no problem. I love how when people who are courageous run to the top of the hill or jump in the water, their faces are not afraid, they are determined. I know what to do. Bum, ba-dum. See what happens. The dog dragged her safe from the watery grave. Oh my goodness, look. So there's Miss Clavel, who's now run off the bridge and down as close to the water as she can get without jumping in with all of her clothes on. But who's already at the steps? The dog, pulling Madeline to the side. Pretty cool. I mean, can you hear the noise as Miss Clavel and all these little girls are running down to get to the edge of the water? Once again, when you look at these, there's lots of music that could happen, or a movie that could happen, or just a musical. Whew! Here they go. Back up on the bridge. Oh my goodness. And there's Miss Clavel holding Madeline. And who's behind Miss Clavel? The dog. The dog rescued but didn't run away. Dog is making sure Madeline's okay. I bet Madeline's cold. What you want to bet? I bet Madeline is probably cold. From now on, I hope you will listen to me. Oh, look, everybody is working together to make sure Madeline's going to be okay. There's a hot bath. They're drying out the towels. They're drying out her clothes. I think this little girl over to the side might have maybe a little bit of medicine just to make sure. And look who's right in the middle of all of it. The dog. That dog looks like my dog Daisy. That dog's getting some kisses. Yep, right there. That's just like Daisy does, like right in your face. Oh, and over here to the side is a comb to comb her hair. Do you see Madeline's face? Do you think maybe she's learned something? We'll see. Oh, and here is a cup of chamomile tea. Oh, yes. My friend Catherine always has tea when we travel that we have at night that makes us feel so warm and safe. Where is the dog? Of course the dog is under the covers. Of course, on the bed. Does your dog hop on your bed? When Daisy hops on our bed, she takes over the bed. I mean, Wyatt and Graham know this. She takes over the bed. So the bed that's really made for 2 becomes the bed for 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6. A cup of tea. What is that on her head? A hot water bottle. Yeah, making her head warm. Here we go. Whew. Good night, little girls. I hope you sleep well. Good night, dear Miss Clavel. Everybody's all tucked in. Huh. Where is the dog? Do you see the dog? Everybody's tucked in. Got their covers on. Miss Clavel is saying good night. I don't see the dog, but you know, you might see it. Miss Clavel turned out the light. After she left, there was a fight about where the dog would sleep that night. Oh my, oh dear. Oh my heavens. Chaos. Chaos in the dark. What? Everybody's scrambling. Who will the dog sleep with? After she left, there was a fight about where the dog should sleep that night. Oh, wait just one moment. I may have turned one too far. Oh, no. About where the dog should sleep that night. The new pupil was ever so helpful and clever. I guess they're not going to tell us where he slept. He, she, The new pupil was ever so helpful and clever. Oh, now the dog's going to school. The dog loved his biscuits, milk, and beef, and they named it Genevieve. Oh my. Much love. Look at this kitchen at the boarding school. Genevieve. It's still saying just the dog. They named the dog Genevieve. She could sing and almost talk. Of course, it is a musical dog. And enjoyed the daily walk. Oh, Genevieve. Genevieve now has a beau. Look at Genevieve. Yes, and leading the walk. I bet Genevieve knows lots of places to go in Paris for the walk that maybe Miss Clavel has never been. This is very possible. Soon the snow began to fly. Inside it was warm and dry. And 6 months passed quickly by. Everything's hung by the back door. It's cold outside. They're staying inside. It's wet and cold. When the 1st of May came near, there was a nervousness each year. Oh my. I wonder what they're doing. What is happening? You know, lots of stuff happens at this time of year everywhere. You know, in May each year, some people are graduating from kindergarten to 1st grade, and some people are graduating to middle school or from college, or maybe somebody's getting married. We always have a production in May in our home at Kids Who Care. So everybody's getting quite dressed, including Genevieve. Genevieve is getting a fresh bow. Ooh, let's see what's happening. This is quite an elegant place. Look at the flowers and look at the tree. My trees have the most fresh, beautiful green leaves. When the 1st of May came near, there was a nervousness each year. For on that day there arrived a collection of trustees, for the annual inspection. Oh my, oh dear, I thought it might be like a graduation, but it looks like there is an inspection. Uh-oh. So everybody's on their best because they love this place with Miss Clavel, but the inspectors are coming. Yowza. The inspection was most thorough, much to everyone's sorrow. Ah, yeah. I like how Ludwig is drawing them. Do they look open and friendly or kind of severe, or they're looking for a problem, so they look a bit severe to me. They're looking for not what is great, but what might be wrong. Everybody's nervous. Tap, tap. Whatever can that be? Tap, tap. Come out and let me see. Dear me, it's a dog. Isn't there a rule that says dogs aren't allowed in school? Ooh, oh dear. Look where Genevieve is. You know, the tap tap, I think, is probably Genevieve's tail, because my dog's Daisy's tail is really strong. It has knocked glasses off of the table. I mean, a dog's tail is strong. So I bet the tap tap is the dog's tail. Genevieve's tail has given her away. Given her away. Genevieve. Miss Clavel, get rid of it, please, said the president of the board of trustees. Yes, but the children love her so, said Miss Clavel. Please don't make her go. Oh my word. Seriously? Genevieve is part of the school. Oh, but there's a rule. Oh my. I dare say, said Lord Cuckoo Face. Okay, I feel better now that I hear his name. I dare say, said Lord Cuckoo Face, you should always name a bad character something funny. We do that at Kids Who Care. If somebody's kind of a bad guy, we just give them a different name. So when we hear it, we sort of giggle. I dare say, said Lord Cuckoo Face. I mean, it's a perfect disgrace for young ladies to embrace this creature of uncertain race. Really? What? Oh my. Oh dear. Well, that's a problem. Cuckoo Face. Off you go, go on, run, scat. Go away and don't come back. What? Oh, Genevieve, out the door. I'm kind of looking at Genevieve's face going, I don't know, this is a courageous dog. You think Genevieve is worried? I'm not sure. Oh, now that I look at Genevieve's face. Look at Genevieve's face. I think so. Sad. Everybody gets sad sometimes. Madeline jumped on a chair. Lord Cuckoo Face, she cried, beware. Miss Genevieve, noblest dog in France, you shall have your vengeance. Yep, spoken by a kid, standing on a chair. Watch out, Mr. Cuckoo Face. Watch out. This reminds me of so many characters in musicals that I love. It reminds me of Annie. It reminds me of Matilda. It reminds me of most any story we write where the smallest person usually has the answers. It's no use crying or talking. Let's get dressed and go out walking. The sooner we're ready, the sooner we'll leave. The sooner we'll find Miss Genevieve. Miss Clavel is not stopped by this person who didn't get it. Miss Genevieve is saying, put on your clothes. We're going to go find Genevieve. We're going to go find Genevieve. No problem. Stop crying. Get up and do something. Here we go. Yeah, you have to stop crying. You have to get your coat on and go find Genevieve. All right. Put it into action. They went looking high. So this is when it's so nice to have a team. Look at that. I mean, they can cover so much territory because it's a whole team. You just send kids out on a mission and it's going to happen, right? And Miss Clavel, who believes in them. They went looking high and low. I mean, Genevieve knows Paris. Genevieve knows Paris. So at least Genevieve isn't in an unknown city. I'm sure Genevieve is somewhere safe. Can't you hear them calling her name? And I think all these little girls know all of these people that live in Paris too. So I'm sure this is noisy now because they're looking for Genevieve. And every place a dog might go. They searched high, they searched low, and every place a dog might go. What I love about this kind of art is you just can stare at it. Just stare. In every place they called her name. Oscar Wilde's name is on. Ooh, we have to come back to this picture sometime. Lots of places. In every place they called her name, but no one answered to the same. You have to look really closely at this one because there are dogs all over the place. This is like a Where's Waldo? This is like Where's Waldo? Look around and see if you see Genevieve. Are my fingers in the way? My cameraman Dexter is looking. Do you see Genevieve? Let's see. At the park. The gendarmes said, "We don't believe we've seen a dog like Genevieve." They know Genevieve because Genevieve saved the day. So the gendarmes know Genevieve. You can, asking someone like a gendarme, have you seen our dog? They're out there watching for all kinds of things. Hours after they started, they came back home brokenhearted. Coming back home. Not yet. They haven't found Genevieve yet. Oh, Genevieve, where can you be? Genevieve, please come back to me. This is one of those things, you can't sleep. Who can sleep? So there's Madeline on the balcony calling out Genevieve. In the middle of the night, Miss Clavel turned on the light and said, "Something is not right." Moms, dads, grandmoms, the adults in your life have this sixth sense. Even if they can't hear something, they can feel something. She says, something is not right. An old street lamp shed its light on Genevieve outside. And look who's in the windows. Oh my heavens. Look, guys. Of course Genevieve found the way back. That's the thing. Dogs know stuff that even as humans we don't know. How to find their way home. Good grief. Of course Genevieve found home. She was petted, she was fed, and everybody went to bed. Oh, we haven't seen the cook. Oh, I wonder what her name is. Oh, there we are in the kitchen. There's the chef. And Miss Clavel. Oh, yay. Oh, my goodness. Woo! And everybody went to bed. Oh, my. Life is good for the dogs. Good night, little girls. I hope you sleep well. Good night, Miss Clavel. Okay, they're all tucked in. Oh my goodness. They're all tucked in, and you know what? I can see where Genevieve is. See if you can find Genevieve. Look for feet sticking out from under the covers. Aha, and a tail. Genevieve is a big dog. Oh, they turned out the light. Miss Clavel turned out the light, and again there was such a fight as each little girl cried, Genevieve is mine tonight. Uh-oh, lots of tears. Where is Genevieve going to sleep? Oh my heavens. Light went out. Sound. Blah. But there Miss Clavel finds them fighting. Ooh, this little girl looks like she's about to box someone. Yep, I've seen that happen. I have 3 sisters, so you know, there was some boxing that happens sometimes. For a second time that night, Miss Clavel turned on her light, and afraid of a disaster, she ran fast. Oh my. Here she is. Bing! The light comes on. There she goes, running up the stairs. Look at her hands. Her hands are going, oh! Oh dear. Oh. This is not a calm walk up the steps. Oh heavens. Afraid of a disaster, she ran fast. Oh my, look how fast. Zing! And that's with a skirt on. That's not easy to do. See how drawings give you sound? You can see it in the drawing. Good job, Ludwig. Uh-oh. Oh no, wait till you see them. It's gotten pretty bad. If there's one more fight about Genevieve, I am sorry that she'll have to leave. Whoa, Daddy-o. Okay, first look at this. This reminds me of the kids in Nanny McPhee. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it is, both movies are great. This looks just like the kids in the Nanny McPhee stories. Oh my heavens, there's a broom. Yowza. Oh dear. This little girl is strangling a girl over here. And one of them is yanking the other one. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. She says, if there's one more fight about Genevieve, I'm sorry, she'll have to leave. Yikes. That was the end of the riot. Suddenly, all was quiet. I bet. This used to happen to us. The lights would be out, we'd be making a lot of noise, and just the picture of my dad standing calmly, saying, quiet. It worked. For the 3rd time that night, Miss Clavel turned out the light. A bit tired of this, Miss Clavel. Look at her. Who's at the door, though? Miss Clavel is not in her room by herself. Someone's at the door with a candle. For the 3rd time that night, Miss Clavel turned on the light, and to her surprise, she found that suddenly there was enough hound. Look what happened when everybody was fighting about Genevieve. What? Well, now we know Genevieve is a girl because Genevieve is a mom having some puppies. Suddenly there was enough hound to go all around. Look at that. Everybody now has a puppy. Ah, Genevieve. Oh, lovely. Let's see if there's anything hiding back here. Ooh. Oh, this is cool. The front picture has now changed. So it's the way the book started, but look who's in line, leading the line, and look who has a bow on. There's Genevieve. Hello, Genevieve. Oh. I love this book so much. Guys, there are many more books that Ludwig wrote. And so I'm so happy you were here this morning. It makes my morning better to get to spend it with you, because here's the thing. A lot of us are all snuggled in to our houses, and maybe in your community you can take a walk but stay distance, but you can still say hi from a distance. So mostly I would like to be with you each morning just to remind you summer is coming and we're going to get to be together again. But for right now, this is cool. This is a great way for us to be together. And I also want to remind you about what is happening tomorrow. So Dawn, I bet Ada is sitting there and she's going to want this information. And my cameraman is also saying Jessica and Julie and Muriel and Rick. So here's the thing. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell the story of the dog with the green tail. There's not a book for it, so I don't have pictures to show you. But it's a story that everyone who's grown up at Kids Who Care knows. So now we want to make sure everybody else out there knows. And here's what I'd love for you to do tomorrow. I'd love for you to come to story time with whatever you like to draw with. For some people, it's pencils or pens or crayons or paint if your parents will let you, whatever way you want to draw. And as I tell you the story of the dog with the green tail, I'd love for you, see, I was so excited. I'd love for you to draw whatever you hear, the dog or the trees or the ocean. There's a lot of things we'll talk about. I'd love for you to draw a picture or two or three, and then I'd love for you to send them to me. I live in Fort Worth. My address is 1300 Gendy, Fort Worth, Texas, 76107. And my friend Tracy will get this posted, I'm positive, because what I'd love for you to do is to send me drawings, because I need some drawings for the dog with the green tail. So send them on, put it in the mail and send it to me. Or of course, if you have a computer, you could totally scan your picture and send it to me at Deborah@kidswhocare.org. I will watch for your pictures, and tomorrow morning you're going to meet Daisy. And so instead of Daisy being outside playing, I'm going to invite her in because it is the dog with the green tail, okay? I'm so happy to be with you. Thank you for joining us at Kids Who Care. I'm Deborah. This is Kermie. Have you found the cat in the hat yet? He's showing up now. Okay, bye guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.